What's up, everybody, and welcome to Thundernut DFS. This is my Draftkings Nascar picks for Pocono. I'm going to be posting these videos every week, NASCAR, MMA, and PGA. If you guys played MMA and use that free cash lineup I put out, it cashed fairly easy. That's the third time out of the past four where it has cashed, so that's pretty good. In PGA, if you guys use PGA, 6 guys on my cheat sheet are actually in the top 10 right now, so that's amazing. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on all that good content I'm putting out for free. So let's get into my Dominators. Let me start out by saying it's only 167 laps, so Dominators aren't too important. I'm only going to have maybe 1 or 2 in the lineup, mostly 1. But I could see myself using a Kyle and Keselowski stack, but I'm not going to have too many of those. My first Dominator is Kyle Busch. He's 11,400, and he's starting second. Byron's actually on pole, so I think Kyle Busch can get the lead within the first couple laps, if not right away. So I'm not worried about Byron, so I think Kyle Busch can go out and just start dominating those laps. I can see him. I'm picking him to win, and I do see him finishing top 3 for sure, but I am picking him to win, so I will be exposed to Kyle Busch a lot. And then, so Kyle's led 239 laps in the past 2 years, 4 races. Along with that, he has 4 top 20s, 4 top 10s, 3 top 5s, and actually 2 wins with an average finish of 3.5. So he's really good here. He's been decent all year. So I am picking him to win. I do like him a lot. And next we have Keselowski starting 5th, 10,200. So you're saving 1,200 salary from Kyle Busch. Keselowski is very good with this new package, and they're using that package tomorrow. So I will have some Keselowski. He's also pretty decent here. He has an average finish of 13.3, which he did wreck in a race. So that would be way better if he didn't wreck in that race, along with 3 top 20s, 3 top 10s, and 3 top 5s. So basically, in every race he didn't wreck, he finished in top 5. So I do really, really like Keselowski here. Along with Busch, Kevin Harvick starting 11th, 10,500. He's the least I'm on the Dominators, but I do have to put him here due to the fact that he is pretty good here. He has an average finish of 3 in the past 4 years. He has 119 laps led, 4 top 20s, 4 top 10s, and 4 top 5s, which that's pretty crazy. But Kevin Harvick isn't really being himself this year. I feel like he's not performing as well as he did last year. So I am a little bit off of him, but I will have some of them. But I do like Kyle Busch and Keselowski more. Now let's go to my place differential plays. Martin Truex Jr. 20th. He is by far my favorite place differential play. I can see myself pairing him with Kyle Busch or Keselowski. He's pretty good here. He has an average finish of 6.3, 67 laps led in the past 2 years, 4 top 20s, 3 top 10s, 2 top 5s, and he even has a win here. So Truex is pretty good here. Starting 20th, you're going to get the place differential. I believe he could possibly win this race, or he will possibly finish top 3, top 5. He's been very, very good lately, so do not count out Truex. I will have a really decent exposure to him. And then Kurt Busch, my number 2 place differential play. He's starting 21 and he's 8,800. That just seems way too cheap for Kurt Busch there. You always see him in the top 10 at the end of the race, along with Blaney. You always see him up there. I just think it's way too cheap. These guys are way too cheap. 8,900 and 8,800. I will have exposure to both these guys, a lot of exposure. I can see myself stacking them in the same lineup. And then Ryan Preece, 29. He, in my opinion, is not very good, but he is starting 29, and we are looking for place differential in this race. He's 6,500, so if he does finish maybe top 20 somehow, that'd be awesome. But I can see him getting a top 25, 6,500. That's not bad. That's some decent value there. And then Chris Buescher, starting 24th. He is kind of expensive, but he's 7,400. I could see him getting a top 20 easily. I think he'll be pretty low owned because of his price, so it makes his good play there. And then Stenhouse, I absolutely love this play. He's 7,000, starting 18th. I used him last week. He did great, got a top 10. I can see him getting a top 10 again this week. 7,000, like that's way too cheap for Stenhouse. He does have an average finish here of 15, so if he does get that 15, that's not too bad for 7,000. But I can't see him getting a little better than that actually. And then Alex Bowman, he's been absolutely on fire this year. He does have an average finish of 15, but I think he can do better than that as well. He went on a stretch when he got like second place like 3 times in a row. I used him last week. It did fun. I think got 7th. I will be using him again this week. They're not bumping up his price. 8,500 is just too cheap for him and how he's racing right now. And then here are my fades. Just 3 of them really. Austin Dillon starting 10th, 7,700. I just don't think he's that good. I don't think he's going to move up. I think he's only going to move back. I can see him finishing in the 20s. And then Matt DiBenedetto, he's actually starting in the rear for an engine change. Even if he wasn't starting 22nd, I'd rather move up 100 and get Stenhouse. I can see him maybe finishing in the top 20, but for 6,900, might as well just move up and get Stenhouse there. And then William Byron, starting at pole, I don't think he's going to lead 1 lap. Maybe 1, maybe 2. But Kyle Busch is behind him, and Kyle Busch is going to take the lead from him. 7,600, they're bumping his price up. It would have been a decent play if he was still like 6,900, but they are bumping his price up. So I don't see him in the winning lineup this week, especially since Dominator points aren't as important, and I think he will finish outside the top 10. And here are my sneaky GPP plays. Eric Jones starting 4. He's been great this year, so I can see him finishing in the top 5. He actually has 2 top 5s here in the past 4 races with an average finish of 11.3, but those 2 top 5s, if he does get a top 5 at 8,600, that is a great value there, so I will have some of Eric Jones. And then Almirola, I just think 8,100's crazy for Almirola, although he isn't very good here, but he does have a good car. This is just a sneaky play. I don't think nobody's going to be on him due to his history. He has an average finish of 23, so the average finish isn't there, but still, he has a good car. I can see him maybe getting a top 10. 8,100 is a very good price for him. And then Ryan Newman, 19. He's not the best here either, but he does have an average finish of 15. He's only 7,400, so if he does get that 15th place, that's pretty good value there. I don't know how owned he'll be, maybe 15%, but I do like Ryan Newman. And then Paul Menard, this is a strictly sneaky GPP play right here. I don't see him finishing really inside the top 10, possibly maybe not inside the top 15. Menard has an average finish here of 17. I could maybe see him finishing like 15th, but it's just a really sneaky GPP play because sometimes you see Menard all of a sudden in the top 10, and you're like, okay. So, I won't be playing much of him though. And then my punts. Punts are really important this week because you're gonna want to stack your Kyle Busches and your Martin Truexes together and your Keselowskis. So I'm going to be pairing a lot of those up. So I will be digging down into the punt range, which is fine because I do like these guys a lot, especially David Reagan at 27. Last week he was running in the top 10 for a little bit. He has a great car. He's only 6,100. I will be paying that price tag. He's definitely my #1 punt play. I'll have a lot of him as much as possible. And if I do want to go lower, I'll go Matt Tifft or Corey LaJoie. LaJoie finished, I believe, 16th last week. He's only 5,400, and Matt Tifft always has a decent car, 5,300. Matt Tifft can finish maybe 25th. Corey LaJoie as well, around that range. If they do crack the top 20, even better. Plays like that will win you a GPP for sure. So I am high on those 3 guys. Okay, and then my race winner prediction, Kyle Busch. He's won here twice in the past 2 years. I can see him winning again. Very good racetrack for him. He's led the most laps at everybody by far. I can see him dominating again and getting a great victory here. And then here's my example lineup. Kyle Busch, Ryan Blaney, Kurt Busch, Alex Bowman, Corey LaJoie, and Ricky Stenhouse. I actually really like this lineup. You guys can mess around with it. You guys can change Kyle to Keselowski. But I do like that core right there. Blaney, Busch, and Bowman. I really like that core. Same with Stenhouse. And then you can mix up your LaJoies with your Tiffs. You can change Kyle to Keselowski and move up LaJoie and get Reagan. So lots of options there. But yeah, guys. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on my content. MMA, PGA, and NASCAR. Follow me on Twitter, nut_DFS. Like this video, that'd be great. And until next time.